Namaste, yogis. Welcome to your Friday Flow. I'm Carter, and today is going to be a beginner's full body practice. So, if you're new to yoga and you're tight in the hamstrings, grab yourself a block and a bolster, and let's get to our mat. All right, yogis. We're going to start in child's pose. If you don't have a block or a bolster and you are tight in hamstrings or new to yoga, you can grab a book, maybe a roll of paper towel, or a blanket or something, and use that. And I'm going to show you a couple options to use these to get into poses. So we're going to start in child's pose. So bring your big toes together. Knees can be together or apart. You can use your block or bolster as you come forward. So you're going to lean forward, forehead's coming towards the ground. If you're tight in the hips or tight in the ankles or sore in the knees, you can take a block or bolster and bring it between your feet, and you can rest your hips there. You can take your pillow or bolster and bring it underneath the torso here and give yourself a little bit of support in a way that supports the knees. So find the options that best work for you. Once you're there, soften and relax. So if you can't relax in this pose, then modify so you can. This is a restorative posture, and it's always available to you. So if you're in practice and you're going too fast, or you're feeling exhausted, or your breath pattern's a little funky, this is the pose you go into. So make sure you're comfortable here. Someone asked me, what is the difference between an advanced yogi and a beginner yogi? And I say that the advanced yogis take more breaks because they're really connecting to body. They're listening to their body. Inhale, come on up to table. Hands come under shoulders, knees under hips. Start by wagging the tail a little from side to side. Allow the belly to drop a little bit. Scoop the tailbone up. Start to pull your heart between the arms up as you lift the chin. So this is cow pose. You're just going to wag a little bit from side to side. So you're going to have some big curvature in the back. You're pulling the neck long as you lift the heart. And then you're going to come into neutral spine. And then tuck your chin towards your chest. Tuck your tailbone and round through the spine. So this is cat pose. So you're looking kind of like a Halloween cat as it arches its back. Rounds its back. A little wag from side to side. And then inhale, do it again. Belly drops with the heart, chin, and chest. We're just creating some heat within the spine. And then exhale back into that cat pose. Let's roll over the toes. Lift the knees off the ground about 3 or 4 inches. Bring your belly towards your thighs so your arms are long. And then very slowly invite your right heel down. And then switch that, invite your left heel down. Kind of like you're pedaling a bicycle. So your down dog is you're in an inverted V. The palms are pressing down and forward. You're having full extension of the arms and shoulders. The spine is long, and you're scooping the tailbone up. So I'm taking the legs out of it. So you bend the knees a little bit, and you're just focusing on the torso. So if you're like me, you're tight in the hamstrings and calves. It's really hard to get the heels down. So I don't necessarily want you to try to get there. I want you to just start to press the tops of the thighs back, fronts of the shins back, until you feel the calves, backs of the knees, hamstrings. Then you stay there. So for a lot of us, if we try to force the knees to be straight and the heels down, we round through the spine, and I don't want that. Come onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and then walk your feet to your hands. Once you get there, come up halfway, check out your stance. See if you can get the outsides of the feet parallel to the long edge of the mat. And then a little bend in the knees, fold forward. That bend in the knees gives you a chance to round through the spine and be very safe. Inhale, slowly come on up. Arms reach up, lift the gaze. If you're feeling lightheaded, keep the hands to heart center. And then eventually get there so the hands are together at your heart. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck the chin, release that. Again, you can bend the knees a bit. Inhale, come up halfway. The knees straighten, the back flattens, lift the heart. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands, walk yourself back, top of a push-up. Lower your knees down, and nice and slowly lower to the floor. Squeeze your legs together and point your toes. Press your feet down, your hips down, your hands down. Lift the chin and lift the chest, not too much. Hands are pressing down and forward, and those elbows are pressing the rib cage. The shoulders are down and away from the ears. You're feeling a little bit of heat in the lower back and maybe a little bit in the triceps. Exhale, lower down, soften for a moment, feel gravity on the body. Inhale, come up to table. Give yourself one round of cat-cow. So inhale, belly drops, lift the heart, chin, and chest. Exhale, round and squeeze, and then ease yourself into down dog. So roll over the toes again. Lift the knees off the ground just a little bit. Belly towards thighs. Find the extension of the spine. And then start to move your feet around until it's comfortable. You're having a rotation of the arms as if the creases of the elbows are rotating forward. That means like the shoulders are rolling towards the armpits. And then you're squeezing those arms together. You have a little internal rotation of your thighs, so the insides of the heels kind of disappear behind the tops of the feet. And the legs can press out, or they can press in, so you kind of feel the difference between the pressing out and in. Come onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Come up halfway. Again, you have a chance to move your feet around so you're comfortable and stable. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck your chin as if you're trying to get the crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale nice and slowly with a flat back. Come on up. Arms reach up. Let's add a little bit. So let's take the right hand, grab the left wrist. Exhale, side bend to the right. Little gaze underneath the left arm. Inhale back to center, lift the gaze, left hand grabs right wrist, exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, come back to center, lift the gaze. This time let's bend the elbows, hands and elbows draw back, lift the heart. Interlace your fingers behind your back. You can keep the elbows bent to start with. Squeeze the shoulder blades, straighten the elbows, knuckles towards the floor. Elbows may not be straight. Hands can come off the lower back, and then draw the chin towards the chest. Hinge forward so the belly comes towards the thighs, the forehead towards the knees. The arms may come off the lower back. If you're a little bit tight in the fronts of the shoulders, maybe they don't. And then twist to the torso, right and left. Let those arms kind of move right and left. Tuck the chin even more. Release your arms. Give them a little shake. Come up halfway as you flatten through your back. Lift your chin and chest. This time you're going to bend your knees, plant your hands, left foot steps back. Scoot your left toes a little out to the left, and then swivel it so that left foot is flat. The toes are pointing towards, let's say, the left front corner of the mat. And then lift the torso on up. So the alignment is heel to heel. Toes are pointing at a 45-degree angle on that back foot. The right knee is bent, but it doesn't pass the ankle. And the shoulders are square to the front of your mat. How wide your stance is up to you. But I don't want the knee to pass the ankle. So if you're here, then bend less or scoot that foot a little bit farther forward. The ribs in the belly draw in, tuck the tailbone. So you may feel it in the left hip flexor. And extend your arms out in front of you like you're going to hand someone a present. So the palms are facing one another. Slowly lift the arms up and you stop when you feel like that sensation's enough in the shoulders. So I don't need the biceps towards the ears. If your shoulders are a little funky, maybe it's a little bit forward. Lift the chin so you're gazing between the hands. Soften your toes. One more big inhale. And then twist to the left. Open up your arms. Let's widen the stance. Look at your back foot and get the back edge of the foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. So your toes are pointing to the left. The right toes are pointing straight ahead. The right knee presses out towards right pinky toe. Again, nice wide stance. The knee doesn't pass the ankle, so if you need to, scoot that foot forward. The arms are parallel to the long edge of the mat and they're perpendicular to the floor, so you can kind of make those adjustments. Soften the shoulders down and away from the ears and look over your right middle finger. This is Warrior 2 or Virabhadrasana 2. Drop the left arm down, swivel the right palm up, reach it up towards the ceiling. Sink a little bit more into your right knee, slide the right arm over your right ear. Reverse Warrior. Virabhadrasana. Reverse Virabhadrasana. Right forearm to right knee or thigh. Swivel your right palm up. Take this left arm up towards the ceiling. Swivel the palm towards the front of your mat, so the shoulder's in its socket, and then slide that left arm over your left ear. So you're nice and long through that left side body. The whole left side body rolls back as you lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. Invite your right knee out towards right pinky toe so you feel a little bit in that right groin. Give yourself a deep full breath, and then look down to your right big toe. Both hands come down. Right foot steps back into plank. Lower to the floor. Cobra pose again. Feet, hips, and hands press down. Lift chin and chest. Maybe lift a little bit more. Elbows are still bent. So this would be pretty much as high as you'd want to go in Cobra. Exhale, lower down, soften. Inhale, come on up to table. Give yourself a rounded cat-cow. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round through the spine. Roll over the toes. Lift the knees. Lift the hips. Down dog. Find the pose. Even in your flow, vinyasa types of practices, you're still mindful. You're not rushing through the asana. You're there until you feel comfortable. Then you come out. Come onto your toes. Bend your knees. Look forward. Walk or step, feet to hands. Come up halfway to flatten the spine and check out the stance. Exhale, fold forward, tuck the chin. Flatten the back and come on up nice and slowly. Arms reach up, lift the gaze. Let's do it again. Right hand grabs left wrist. Exhale, side bend, so creating a little bit of a flow. Inhale back to center. Left hand grabs right wrist. Exhale, side bend other way. Inhale back to center, elbows bend, hands and elbows draw back like cactus arms. Interlace the fingers behind your back, opposite thumb on top. Squeeze shoulder blades, straighten the elbows, lift the heart. Chin towards chest, bend the knees just a little bit, forehead towards knees, arms off the lower back. Tuck the chin, soften. Inhale, release your arms, come up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, right foot steps back. Scoot it just a little to the right. Swivel it so the bottom of the foot is flat. Heels are aligned. Lift the torso up. Start with the stance. So move around. Back toes 45 degrees, back foot is flat. You're inviting the right hip forward, but it won't be square. Shoulders will be square. Right, so there's a little twist in the belly. Bend the left knee, make sure it doesn't pass the ankle. If it does, bend less or scoot the foot farther forward. Arms extend out in front of you. Keep the shoulders in their sockets with that rotation. Arms reach up. Stop when you feel like it's enough. And then look between the hands. This is called a drishti, where you're gazing. So nice and soft with the gaze. Tuck the tailbone just a little bit to feel it in the right hip flexor. Twist to the right. Open up your arms, widen your stance, and then take that back foot. The edge of the back foot is parallel to the short edge of that back mat, so the toes are pointing to the right. Arms are open up nice and wide. Gaze is over the left middle finger, and you bend that left knee as much as you need to. Soften all 10 toes. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Yeah. Reverse warrior. Right arm drops down. Swivel left palm up as it reaches up and over the left ear. So you're breathing some space in the left ribs. Take the left forearm, rest it just above the left knee so it's on the thigh. Swivel the left palm up so the hand is awake. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Swivel the right palm towards the front of the room. And then extend that right arm over the right ear. So again, right side body nice and long, pushing through the outside of that right foot. The right side body draws back as the heart lifts up towards the ceiling. And the left knee pushes out towards pinky toe as we get a little bit of space in the pelvis. One more deep full breath here. Look down to your left big toe. Hands come down, left foot steps back. So we've done a couple Cobra poses, but let's do an up dog this time. So lower down just enough so the elbows touch the ribs. Roll over the toes so the thighs are off the ground. Pull the heart forward and up. Lift the gaze, up dog. Drop the knees, table pose, cat cow. Inhale cow, exhale cat, and then to down dog. Find the pose, bend right knee, left knee, wag the tail, shake the head. Let's bring the big toes a little bit closer together and lift your right heel towards the ceiling, so three-legged dog. Take your right knee towards your right elbow. May touch it, may not. Inhale, send it up. Let's take it underneath the body towards the left elbow. And then send it up. And then take that knee towards the belly chest. And then rest your right shin down onto the ground so your right foot is in alignment with your left leg. So when you drop your left knee and point your left toes, your right heel may be touching your left hip bone. So you have a nice big angle of the right shin. So we're moving into half pigeon. This is where your blocks and bolsters can come in handy. If you have any knee issues with this right knee, you can take this block, slide it underneath the hip. So it's a nice support there. If you're not feeling enough, scoot your right foot forward so the shin becomes a little bit more parallel to the front of the mat, and that'll give you a little bit more sensation in the hip. If you're feeling it in the back knee, slide something soft underneath it like a pillow or a blanket. Then you're going to come forward so you can lower the elbows down. If you have another block, you could use it for the forehead, or you could rest your arms on it. If you have a pillow or blanket or bolster, you can put your entire torso on it. And you can support, whoops, I just crushed the mic, support the torso here. Right? If you're a little bit more open, maybe you go flat all the way down. A breath or two here. Just so you know, everyone feels it the same way. Even those people that are like shins are parallel to the front of the mat, the sensation's the same. We have lots of options to get there, but it's not comfortable. Right? It's not comfortable. I just don't want the sensation to be in the knees. So I want the sensation to be in the right hip, right groin, right hamstring, the muscular part of the body, connective tissue. All right, hands under shoulders, gently lift yourself on up. Let's roll over the left toes, lift the left knee, step your right foot back into down dog. Wag the tail, shake the head, breath or two. When you're ready, big toes together, left heel towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. We're going to do a little bit of movement for the belly. Let's take that left knee towards the left arm. We're going to flatten a little bit like plank. Then we're going to inhale, send it up. Take that left knee underneath the body towards the right arm. And then send it all the way back up. And then left knee towards the belly chest, and then lay that shin down. Again, when you drop the right knee and point the right toes, that right heel may touch the right hip bone, or in that direction, or that location. Check out the knee. If it bothers you, slide something underneath the hip or thigh. You can still get sensation by that support. Support your back knee with something soft if you need that. If your hips are a little bit more open, scoot the shin forward. And we're squaring our pelvis towards the ground. Use the support with a block underneath the body, or maybe the bolster underneath the body. And then give yourself a few moments. Now, I like to hold you in these hip openers a little bit longer than, than the other asanas. But today, since it's like a little bit more for some of us that are beginners, I just want to get you a sense of what the practice is like. Yin practices, we would be here for 7, even 8 minutes, which is quite intense, extremely powerful. But that's it for today. Let's bring the hands on our shoulders, lift the torso up, roll over your right toes, lift your right knee, send your left leg back for a down dog. Bend right knee, bend left knee, little wag of the tail, shake the head. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, walk or step, feet to hands. Halfway up as you flatten. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So I'm going to do a balance pose as we open up through the upper back. We're going to do an eagle pose. So arms open up nice and wide. Right arm underneath left arm. I'm trying to move my mic around. Let's try this. Right arm underneath left arm. Either grab your shoulders or right hand grabs left wrist or palm. Bend the knees like you're sitting in a chair. Bring the weight to your left foot. Take your right knee and stack it on top of the left knee. Squeeze the ankles towards one another. Maybe the right foot wraps around the left ankle. Tuck the tailbone. Take a little bit of the curvature out of your back. Bend that left knee a little bit more as you sink into your chair. Keep the shoulders drawing down and away from the ears. If you have the hands, they draw away from the face. Elbows are up. Think space between the shoulder blades. As you balance, keep breathing. Slowly unwind it all. Nice work. Shake it out. Roll the shoulders around. Move the head. Make sure the neck stays malleable. And then let's do the other side. So arms open up nice and wide. Left arm underneath right arm. And again, you may be able to grab one hand and not the other. So check out the shoulders first. If it's available, backs of the hands together. Left hand inside right wrist or palm. Bend the knees into your seat. Bring the weight to your right foot. Take that left knee and bring it on top and squeeze the ankles towards one another. Tuck the tailbone. Elbows are up. Shoulders down. If you have the hands, you can draw those a little bit away from the face and sink a little bit deeper into your chair. A lot of focus, a lot going on here. And then exhale, let it all go. Shake out the hands, roll the shoulders around, front ways and back ways. Let's come to the front of our mat. Let's move just a little bit more, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Tuck the chin, release the head. Inhale halfway as you flatten the back. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, walk or step, top of a push-up. Your choice now. You can do that, a couple that we did first. So knees, floor, Cobra, or what we did last time, halfway down through upward dog. Now you can skip table pose if you like and go right into down dog. But if you love your cat-cow, go right ahead. So keep in mind, this is your practice. So you do what feels best for your body today. And know that when you practice tomorrow, your body will be different. So maybe the body wants something different. And that's okay too. Drop to your knees, cross at your ankles, roll over your feet, and bring the soles of the feet together. Draw the feet towards you. Draw the knees down. Lift your heart. And then bring your belly button towards your heels. Knees towards the floor. Torso hinging forward. You're not pushing. You're painfully pressing until you feel enough. If it's too much, you back off. Inhale, come on up. Straighten the left knee. Take your right knee up and step your right foot over your left leg. Take your right hand to the floor by the hip or by the spine. And then take the crease of the left elbow around the right knee. Draw the belly in and twist as if you're trying to bring your belly button on the opposite side of the right thigh. Gaze down towards the right thumb. Relax the jaw. Deepen your breath. Squeeze with that left arm so the right thigh comes towards the belly. And then inhale back to center. Unfold the legs. Let's do the other side. So left knee bends. Left foot over right leg. It can be above or below the knee, just not on the knee. Left hand to the floor by the hip or by the spine. Crease of the right elbow around the left knee. Draw the belly in, twist to the left. Once you get there, use that right arm to squeeze that left thigh towards the belly. And then look down towards the left thumb. Let's inhale, come back to center. Extend the legs out in front of you. Give them a shake. And then bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. Take the hands to the hamstrings. Come back onto your hips. And then lift those feet up off the ground. So shins could be parallel to the floor, or you can start to straighten the knees. Whatever's working for you today. It's more about balancing as you engage the belly. You can extend the arms out in front of you. And then, like you're moving in slow motion, come down halfway, knees straighten, come down 1 inch off the ground. Come on all the way down. Find yourself to the middle of your mat. Once you get there, draw the right knee towards the belly. Let that right knee drop to the left. Right arm reaches out long for your spinal twist. Take a nice big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Starting to wind down from practice, so start to allow that breath to be a little bit more like a whisper. Allow the body to start to digest all those movements that we did. And then bring that right knee up. Let's switch the legs. So right knee straightens, left knee towards the belly or chest. And then left knee drops to the right. Left arm opens up, chin drops towards that left shoulder. Softening and surrendering in the lower back. Big inhale, slow exhale. Left knee back up to center. Both knees towards the belly. Give it a hug. Both arms reach in between the legs. Grab either your shins, your ankles, or the bottoms of your feet. Start to move the ankles so they're over the knees. So the knees are we're moving towards like they're bent 90 degrees. Separate your feet a little bit wider. And then draw the knees down towards the floor. So you can pull right foot and left foot as you rock, or you can do them both at the same time to get that sensation equally through the body. Happy baby. Bend and straighten knees. One more breath. Let it all go. Last resting pose, Shavasana. Heels find the corners of your mat so you got some space between the legs. Externally rotate the thighs so the feet fall open as we allow that lower back to open up. Palms can be up by the side body or left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Allow the shoulder blades to melt into the mat as you open up through the fronts of the shoulders and the chest. Relax the belly. Tuck the chin so you're long through the back of the neck. Relax your jaw. Close your eyes. Big inhale through your nose, exhale out your mouth. Shavasana. Stillness of the body. Quiet in the mind. A moment to rest and let this movement be absorbed into the body. If you have the time and the space to stay in this Shavasana for another 5, 10, maybe even 15 minutes, give yourself that gift. If your day is waiting for you, allow your breath to deepen. Start to awaken this body by wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling the wrists and ankles, rocking the head from side to side. Starting to bring the ankles closer towards one another and stretch your arms up over your head. Stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Draw the knees towards the belly. Wrap the arms around the legs. Give yourself a little loving kindness. Right arm reaches up over your head. Roll to your right side. A moment to be here now. Acknowledging your body, your practice, the opportunity we have to move through this day mindful of our needs. Find connection and awareness. Softly pressing the hands into the ground. Bring yourself up into a comfortable seat. With a nice long spine, let's move the head a little. So drop right ear to right shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder. Head back, chin up, chin down. Stay here, bring the hands together. So grateful for this day, this moment, this body, this breath, for this practice. Namaste. Awesome work, yogis. If you like this practice, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comments section below. And make sure you subscribe to my channel to keep updated on all the latest content. I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Peace.